Hi, and welcome to another episode of Novel Knacks. Well, good news. We passed our building inspection. All of the structural repairs to the house are up to code now, so that we can proceed next to insulating and decking the attic floor. Before we start decking over the attic floor, I cut the first section of subfloor to size so that it would evenly end up on a joist. I have the first piece of subfloor cut out, and I had to notch it around the joist hangers, as you can see. This allows me to get the plywood tight against the wall and can try to get it as airtight as possible. Later there'll be a stud wall going in front of the ledger that will also be notched, but that will leave us a final flat wall on top of all this. And then I took a vacuum and vacuumed out the first section. Make sure there wasn't any leftover blown in cellulose insulation. And then also took a magnet and made sure there wasn't any other metallic debris in the area. This way, in the next 100 years, if someone decides to redo the plaster and lath ceiling, they'll have less garbage to fall down on them when they tear that out. As far as materials for this part of the project, I'm going to be insulating using 2 layers of Havelock sheep's wool. I have a fairly thick floor, so I'm going to be putting down a 5.5-inch bat with a 3.5-inch bat on top of that. The 5-inch bat is R20 and the 3.5-inch bat is R13. As far as other materials go, I'm going to be putting down 3/4-inch tongue and grooved plywood for the subfloor. I'm going to be gluing it down with PL200 Loctite with 2-inch deck screws using my Makita impact wrench with a T25 torque bit for the screws. I'm going to be cutting the plywood using my Craftsman circular saw that I inherited from my father-in-law. We all miss you, Joe. I wish you were helping me out on this right now. Now that we have the bats of insulation between the floor joists, we're ready to put down a bead of adhesive and then put the plywood subfloor in place and start screwing it down. Working in tight spaces by myself sometimes means I need to improvise. In this case, in order to get a good bead of adhesive under the subfloor but not have to slide it over the adhesive once it's down, I decided to go with propping it up with some scrap 2x4s, putting the adhesive down and dropping it into place. Hopefully this works okay. Well, that worked to hold it up long enough to get the adhesive down. Now I just need to drop it down and put in the deck screws. And there it is, all done. I put 2-inch deck screws every 6 inches on the 2 ends, the short ends of the plywood, and down the middle there are deck screws every 12 inches. If you like this content and want to see more, please hit the like button. And if you want to be notified when more videos come up, make sure to subscribe. and thank you for watching.